Oh, do I have a long one for you guys to enjoy of a breakdown film study of a college football 25 ranked match. For those that don't know, I'm in my semi-final match, so I'm one game away from reaching the championship match. And look who I got matched up against. Alabama. Let's go ahead and break down today's video as everything is live. Let's go ahead, take a look. Want you guys to remember this particular formation from my opponent that is running on offense starting out the game. It's F twin over, pretty much motion, and just keeping it with Milrow, the quarterback. Now this was a good pick from my opponent because I shifted my line a certain way and he does like counter runs, so he picks the right plays. It's just the blocking he doesn't get in his favor, and I had bulldozed over by my D tackle that pretty much stuffed this play. And if I didn't get that, he probably would have broke free. But there's times in this game where he doesn't get blocking in his favor, and I get bailed out. So that's just the gameplay mechanics being broken for you. So right here, I shift my D line to the left. He ends up motioning his running back, fake motion, so I end up spreading my line, and I felt like he was going to run the ball, which he ends up doing right here, keeps it with the quarterback, and just takes off to the right. And I got great penetration, block shed, make some cut up field, and we end up getting a stuff. So I was pretty intrigued during this game that I was getting stuffs and block sheds. So usually when I play Alabama, I never get block sheds whatsoever. So, 3rd and 8, he needs a first down. Running trips, or he's running trips. I'm running cover 3 cloud over. You guys see how my linebacker continues to do that hook zone issue. And of course, he has a in route on the left side wide open. For some reason, he doesn't throw that. Throws it to the out route on the right side. My purple zone plays that. I try to switch over to the user pick it, but it switched me to the furthest player. Another thing about that is that the game never registers correctly when you're wanting to switch to the right player to make a play, and unfortunately I get a batted pass. Continuing on, so I want you guys to remember this look that my opponent gives me, because this look is going to be based off what I call. Now, this is another thing a lot of people tend to forget is memory based off what your opponent does and going back to plays, and it's pretty much a chess match, picking plays that work. And I end up running a double tights on both sides, like a spread look formation after audible out the trips, and just running halfback draw. Now, my opponent likes to run man defense throughout this game. That's expected because he's using Alabama. Now, you guys see right above my tight end, that's who he's going to use her. And you're going to see later on how I pretty much pick this apart and go back to it. So I run halfback draw because this works against this particular defense. And you guys see where his user's at. Now, he was expecting pass because the halfback draw mimics a pass look. So that's why he went to backpedal, and I get free extra yards off of it. So just remember that specific play and that look. So my opponent was pretty much, it seemed like he was asking coach throughout the match, but he would do slight adjustments, which I can see manually that he was doing, but for the most part he played man coverage. Right here, you guys see man coverage across the board. He puts a D tackle on QB spy, plays it well. So I like to just, take my time, break down my opponent, and pick plays that's going to work. So I knew he was going to go back to man defense. I just sat in the initial formation I come out in. He went to audible. So you can tell right off the bat, because the players are flipping, he is in match defense, which he adjusts his coaching adjustments to match based off overall speed, which I continually showcase in numerous videos where people do this. And because of that, I have 2 wide open players. I have my running back, and then I have the out route move by R1. And once again, he gave the same look. He had the D tackle and QB spy, and then just man defense behind it. I could have hit either, and but it had the same results for the amount of yards I gained. So he went to cover 3. Now he went to user the slot receiver or the left side receivers because I flipped the formation. Because of that, I can either hit triangle, possibly throw a pick, or I can just play it safe and throw it short to my tight end. That's what I do. Keep it short to my tight end and get some yards. In the past, my old self, I would risk it and throw to that slot receiver deep, and for the most part, I will always throw a pick. So right here, he gives like a all-out blitz look. This is another thing I'm doing pre-snap reads. I'm so used to it. Usually, you guys seen in the past why I sat in that one formation and throw it deep, but because I'm working with short yardage, I have to change the look and work with something else. So you can always flip to a tight slots look out of any formation that works, because your opponent's doing all-out blitz. It's man across the board, crossing routes always beats man. Now, he ends up getting caught with the 3 receivers crossing. I knew I had to throw it quickly because of the pressure, and I was underneath center, so why not just dump it off to the running back? Easy pickup. So now I'm down to the red zone. Right here, I went back to that same look for the halfback draw that I'd done earlier this drive. Wait for my opponent to adjust. I always wait for my opponents to adjust. I give y'all time to adjust because you guys always make mistakes. Now, if he left his line alone, he probably would have stopped this halfback draw. And you guys see that I have gaps to work with. All I got to worry about is his user skills, and a lot of people don't have that. And I'm glad that they went away from the morphing tackling, because in this case, a lot of people make these tackles, and all I have to do is make one move and get by. So, continuing on, he hits just a screen pass, and I hate this. So, of course, I whiff myself because I hit stick too early, but my CPU is right there, and they just let him run by. I hate that. They need to have, the CPU react accordingly, and it happens a lot. So, just from that play on, he kept hitting out routes. I don't know why. I was just sitting in man defense, and I wasn't trying to give up big plays, so I didn't mind him trying to hit out routes to the wide side of the field. But it was risky for him. That should have been a pick 6. I was trying to user that. So right here, cover 4, 5 wide. He tries to hit the out route once again, doesn't get it. Now 4th and 3. Remember this formation he ran earlier in the game? Twins, F twins over. I think that's the formation it's called. And same look, same everything. I shift my line to the left, knowing that he's going to counter to the right or so. And I put my guy right there. 2-minute warning hits. He picks the same formation. I do the same look. And this time he flips it. And, it's a perfect play call, right? It fakes me, and he has blockers. But running back over pursues the initial block. My guy block sheds, and then that lineman just goes to the farthest person to block. So once again, for me, I had bailouts on this, and I was able to get stops. When he picked the right run plays, it's just he didn't get the right blocking. Right here, I'm expecting all-out blitz, but you guys know how the mid-blitz looks. But when you have this, it's usually a cover 1 look, especially when the DBs is kind of like giving leverage. So I'm expecting him to play cover 1. That's what he does. And usually my speedster receiver, based off the takeoff ability, he would break free, which he does here. But if I wait a little bit longer, the fade streak route that I showcase in my passive videos, R1, always gets open against man, no matter who you're playing. Made an accurate pass, but my guy dives to catch it and just messes up and drops the ball. So right here I could have hit R1, but like I said, my past self, I would have thrown that, but in this case I didn't throw it because I know it could have been picked off. He got some outside pressure. I'm just going to use my running back as a lead blocker and take off with the quarterback. Play it safe. Don't want to risk anything. So, 3rd and 2. Just trying to figure out what he's going to do. He's in a cover 3 base look. He's using linebacker. There's really nobody in the gap until he, I guess, resets his formation. And he's still in the cover 3 look, so I know that he's going to be playing pass. So the 2 linebackers in the gap, they're going to branch off into hook zones, and it's going to give me leverage to just run up the middle, which you guys see right here. And that's what happens. I got great blocking downfield, and I'm able to score with ease. Now, if they was blitzing, or if he told them to blitz, I probably would have been stuffed. That was just a play call based off, logic and what I was seeing. Now, here's a thing that a lot of people do, and I have experienced this for years, and I still don't know why you guys do this. So, 22 seconds left. I'm playing safe. I'm in cover 4 right. Now, I end up QB spying my left linebacker, man up my slot cornerback on the slot receiver on the left side, and I'm going to use the right linebacker. And I'm watching anything that's going to cross my area to the right. And my opponent ends up running to the right. He has an out route by the tight end, in route by that slot receiver on the left, and then check down to the running back to the right. So everything's pretty much clamped. My opponent, I don't know why he threw this. Instead of just playing it safe and just throwing the ball away, he forces a pass, and I get a pick 6. But this is not the thing I'm talking about that people do. Right before halftime, a lot of people do this. So what you're about to see, he gets the ball right back, right? 10 seconds left. And they decide to run the ball, right? And then they call a timeout. Every single time people do this. If it's like, before half, or if they're down in the fourth quarter with a minute left and they need to score quickly or get downfield quickly, they always run the ball first. And I have no clue why people still do that to this day. So, he ends up running, calls a timeout, does the same thing, runs the ball again, calls a timeout. Like, what are you getting out of that? You could have at least tried to attempt one big pass to get in field goal range. But no, you decide to do it now for a Hail Mary, and then you overthrow the ball. But in general, why do people play like that? Like, logically, why do you guys have no awareness of the time situation and then you guys decide to run the ball? I still don't know the answer to that. So, starting out the second half, once again, remember this formation that my opponent called on defense, and I flip to this formation to run halfback draw. Look who he's going to use her, the same person that's supposed to be guarding tight end. So, I end up running it, make a move. Once again, pay attention to that. So, he's going to give me the same exact look the very next play. I'm going to flip to the same exact formation. He's going to be expecting me to do the halfback draw. But, little does he know, he's going to leave the tight end wide open. This was why I say you guys have to remember these things. A lot of people do not remember stuff like this. So, what does he do? He gets baited by the halfback draw, because the screenplay mimics the halfback draw, and it acts like I'm running the ball at first, and that's why he committed already. Takes away his assignment in this cover 3 play and leaves my tight end wide open. This is why it's always a chess game, and this is why I take my time and pretty much destroy my opponents this way. So I'm expecting man defense. I went to the tights. I wanted the linebacker on running back, which I do get, but I didn't have enough time and end up getting almost sacked. But he gives me the same exact look the very next play, and I do the same exact thing, just hoping that I get the time that I need. And I'm expecting a linebacker to be my running back. That's what I do get. Given enough time, it's money every single time. So I chuck it up to my running back, do a little bit of swerve to get separation or distance to make this catch possible, and that's what I get. So right here he's just running a bunch tight end, trying to roll out cheese to cover 3, goes to 5 wide, and had great play by my safety in the cover 3 cloud over, dropped the pick, disrupt the pass. Then he goes for verticals, just chucking it deep, double coverage. Like, he's just doing anything at this point. And then went back to the bunch tight end. He ran, I guess it was like a post corner, but threw it like a streak. And then he had a post coming across where I'm at. This should have been big. I went to user it. Of course, once again, the game doesn't register my guy to do anything. So that's why I leave, for the most part, the CPU to do stuff for me. Because instances like this, because that was 4th and 19, I should have had the pick. But doesn't no huddle. He goes back to the same look, but this time, instead of being zone, I wanted to play man because I knew he's going to try to hit a post corner route. And that's what he ends up doing. He ends up hitting post corner route, and I end up picking off the pass. So, after that pass, he pretty much had enough and call it quits right there. He rage quit. So, that's pretty much how you outplay somebody strategic wise. Just the memory as I end up getting closer to that championship. So one more game to break down for you guys to enjoy, but overall, this is how I literally pick out my opponents, making adjustments, making reads, giving you guys a little insight of how I go about, just play by play. And it's very easy, it's very simple, and like I said, in the past I used to make more riskier plays, but now taking the safe routes, and you guys see a big difference when I do that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the championship breakdown match. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.